he's not just a fraud in boxing, he's also a snake. He's DEEN a snake or DEEN a fake, whatever y'all want to call it. It's like 80% confirmed. I'm just waiting on Mams to send the contract and get it done with. Maybe end of August, maybe September, who knows? And I'm gonna have to beat his and put him back to his place, man. I don't want to expose anything that I heard behind the scenes, but I've been told he was like...
Hello and welcome back to Misfits News. I'm your host, Ben the Bane Davis. As always, I'm joined by my co-host, BL. Today, we've got some interesting updates and things to reveal, but before we dive into all of it, BL, how are you, sir?
I'm very well, Ben, and we're on an absolute roll on Misfits News. I'm going to tell you that. But before we dive into today's episode, let me give you a rundown of today's episode. Mams Taylor gives us the latest exclusives on Misfits. Anderson Silva steps back into the ring. KSI calls out Andrew Tate, and we hear from Adam Saleh and the latest insights of the DEEN the Great fight.
This update from Mams Taylor has me very excited. So he states that he's been completely ghosted by MVPs since making the offer for KSI versus Jake Paul. Said he would compromise, come to America, do 185, which is not JJ's optimum weight, and it's still radio silence. And BL, this is an interesting one. He offered Kate Abdo a spot on an October Misfits card. So he's officially sent the offer, talked to Malik, and would be quite crazy to get very esteemed broadcasting professional Kate Abdo on an October card. So I think those are some interesting updates.
Those are a couple interesting ones there. I really enjoyed that one with Kate Abdo. I think she's going to be a great addition to Misfits Boxing. And I'm excited to see a new female fighter. I think we need a little mix-up. So I'm going to be excited for that one. The one that's obviously disappointing to hear is the KSI and Jake Paul one. I think what the fans have got to do and what we got to do is manage expectations. Realistically, are we going to see this fight? We have no idea. This is down to the fighters now. This is going to be a long, tedious project. And whether it happens, I guess we're going to have to find out next year. But as of right now, it's not going to happen.
I'll just stop you there. Yes, it's obviously always going to be down to the management and the fighters. But it seems like in this scenario, it's down to one fighter and his management. Listen, I know we get flack for being on Misfits. We're not.
The comments are going to be on you, Ben, again.
I know. He's stick riding KSI. Oh my God. No, but like if Mams is being truthful and he has actually extended formal offers and formal stipulations and it's just compromising and it's just not being responded to and being completely ghosted, that's very surprising. Like I thought MVP was a little bit more willing to play ball than it appears they are. So who knows? I mean, I agree managing expectations is always sometimes what we have to do, but I'm just a little bit confused why MVP and Jake Paul aren't being more receptive to Mams Taylor reaching out. That's just all I'm saying.
Well, I've got a couple more updates for you, Ben. Mams has contacted Luke Littler and he said, does he want to fight? And this is Luke Littler's response. I'm just having banter. I don't want to fight yet, but you never know in the future. One interesting matchup I could possibly see in the Misfits.
Luke the Nuke. I love it, man. I think Luke the Nuke in the heavyweight division would be a lot of fun. Granted, he is pretty young. I think he's only like 16, 17. So it's still a little bit far off. I don't believe he's training. And for Luke, the question is, would you want to take that risk? Would you want to lace up the gloves and throw heat when your job and career quite literally revolves around having the most precise grip and release possible? To me, it's just not there. I think Luke should stay in his lane and, continue what he's doing in darts, which is unbelievably world class. And I never really thought that he was going to join the Misfits ranks. I never bought into this because guess who we called out? Neon, right? Or
Bevo.
Yeah, he called out Bevo. And the weight classes are just ridiculously different. So, clearly he was just having fun, having banter with it. If he wants to fight, great, but I really don't think it's going to be for a very, very long time. Now, the last update we have, and BL, you have been desperately trying to reach and contact him. It's Castillo. Fighting on Misfits. He's expressed interest. It looks like he's doing some training, but he's been avoiding us like the plague.
Castillo, I tell you something. He may love those Fanta Lights, but he does not love coming on Misfits News right now. I have been trying to contact him, so I'm now going to reach out to you guys. If you want to see him on Misfits News, make sure to tag him. Go on Twitter, spam the guy. He reposted, liked, still didn't say anything. So if you want to see him on, if you want to hear the latest exclusives on him, and if you want to see him fight on Misfits, let him know. Because I, for sure, after seeing his hands, Ben, I want to see it.
One that caught me off guard was this KSI versus Andrew Tate nonsense. The Cobra, the Top G, is back on posting some ridiculous things. BL, would you like to see this fight come to fruition?
I don't know if I do. I don't know whether I want to see it. Yes,
really?
it would be a mega fight, but do I want to see it happen? I don't know, because I think KSI would absolutely flatline him within a round. And
Yeah,
I
what's
don't
the
know whether
problem with
that,
that?
I don't know whether there's
Now, what's
value in
the
that.
issue?
Yeah, it would be a bit of a gimmick fight. So for me, if he was to fight Andrew Tate, maybe do it as a speed sort of spar thing. I would be interested to see it in that. Do it in Dubai,
No.
do it in the TK gym, and just have them spar live stream for
No.
charity. I'd be interested in that.
The only thing I agree with you on is that last point about doing it for charity. I always love.
I thought you were saying no about the
philanthropic
charity there,
causes.
Ben. Oh, I
No,
thought,
could
what's
you
going-
imagine? Yeah. I'm a for-profit
Ben.
individual. No. I love
I want to get
philanthropy.
paid.
I want to get paid, baby. No, I think that if they fight, they gotta fight. A hard spar, even if they really try and toss some heat, to me just isn't that fantastic. And what's crazy is if Andrew Tate and KSI fought, I know for sure that there would be thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of idiots online going, "Oh, Andrew Tate's gonna flatline him. Andrew's gonna win." And so for KSI to like just silence that dumb percentage of individuals, that would be worth it to me. And then you tack on charity, and I think we have a great cake.
Something I'm also loving to see right now is Deji has nearly got those abs. He's looking in fantastic physique. His coach is, showing us some updates. Do you think he's going to do it? Do you think he's going to get that £1 million?
He's looking in fantastic shape. What do you mean? We haven't seen anything. He's
I've seen
blurred.
I'm going to show you.
Blurred. He's blurred.
The outside, the shoulders region, and the face looks good.
Oh, stop ab watching, bro. You ab watching over there. Yes, you could tell like his arms and upper chest. It looks a little bit more defined. Clearly, he is back in training. But to me, the fact that they aren't posting a full body image is not good. That doesn't build confidence. So I hope Deji gets it, because it would be really funny. And seeing Deji in shape and having a healthy lifestyle is always great. I mean, I want what's best for the guy, but I just don't know if he's got abs, and I'm leaning towards no.
If he does get those abs, the only fight I want to see him in is that Alex Wasabi rematch. Everyone's been calling for it. I need to see it, but I want to see this fight happen.
Little Ben Davis versus Deji. But talking about highlights, BL, there was one fight this weekend that had none of them.
I'm going to pause there. The utter embarrassment of the Anderson Silva fight that was so controversial. Ben, can you walk me through what this fight was?
Okay. So to me, this was not a fight. It was a fun, glorified spar so that Chael Sonnen and Anderson Silva can make money. That's what it was. Let's call a spade, and full credit to the guys for doing it. I thought it was really funny that, like, up until fight night, it didn't seem like you could watch this in the United States.
I couldn't find
there
it.
wasn't a distribution. Yeah, I think because any like legit broadcast partner would look at it and go, "Oh, this isn't a real fight. We're not going to bother." There was a slip. I think Chael slipped and fell over at one point.
And he got into his grappling position there. He was ready.
He was ready to, and he should have. I mean, honestly, fuck it. Why not, Chael? You should have gone for a double leg. So I don't know if I can call it a disaster class of a fight, because it wasn't a fight. It was a fun, dumb spar. And, Chael Sonnen, undefeated, undisputed, that still reigns supreme because it was a draw. So now there's been a rumor of a return of Dean the Great for quite some time. Obviously, we're running the interim lightweight tournament quite literally for him to determine a new challenger for his lightweight throne. But the one man that everybody wants to see him fight is Adam Saleh. Let's welcome him into the Misfits News booth. Joining us in the Misfits News booth, it is none other than the notorious, I would say one of the biggest names in the crossover boxing scene, Adam Saleh. Adam, how are you today?
Brother, I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's fantastic to have you. Now, the topic that we want to kick this off with is, of course, the big one, that Dean the Great spar on Aiden Ross's stream. Talk to me about the background of this and the full story there.
Honestly, with that Aiden Ross spar, all we learned is that Dean is a snake. He lied to Aiden Ross, saying that he's not on contract. He's not with Misfits. He can fight wherever. He can spar wherever. So that's pretty much what happened. And I was in Dubai at the time, and Aiden Ross, him and his manager Tav, they contacted me. Literally, I was supposed to be in Dubai and then go to for a holy trip and everything. Then I cut all that off just to leave and fly back to America to do the spar. And then just to find out, Aiden Ross and Tav, they got really upset at Dean because he lied to them, saying, "Oh, he's not on contract. He can fight," this and that. So I feel like with all this Aiden Ross thing, all we learned is that DEEN is just a freaking snake, man. This dude is he's not just a fraud in boxing. He's not just a fake. He's also a snake. So he's DEEN a snake or DEEN a fake, whatever y'all want to call it.
Did you get the chance to speak with Mams at all since it's gone down? What has been maybe the back and forth between yourself and Misfits since that Aiden Ross stream?
Yeah, I did get a chance to speak to Mams, and and I don't like this is not Mams or Misfits' fault, because DEEN was trying to put the blame all on them, tweeting, talking a lot of shit about Misfits. Like, Mams also spoke to Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross and Tab, they spoke to me also. And they just told me, like, yo, DEEN, he's a prick, man. He lied to us. He's now we're about to get sued. Now they're in trouble. Now they can never have any boxing, like even a regular like underground boxing event. They can never have that at all, because DEEN is snake, pretty much snaked them out, and now the commission is on them. Now like whenever they have an underground boxing event, the commission is like up their ass. So
I want to move on to a slightly more positive note. Obviously, since that spar/fight, I don't know what to call it, because I consider it as a fight, has sort of simmered. Have you received any legitimate fight offers as of yet?
Yes, I did. As of right now, I did, and it's like 80% confirmed. I'm just waiting on Mams to send the contract and get it done with. But it's looking like it's most likely gonna happen. I'm gonna finally have to put DEEN to his place. I feel like he had a good run. He's just a cornball to me, man. Like, keep saying you dig. It's just, to me, it's just a whole freaking act. Like, I used to beat up people like that in high school, and I'm gonna have to beat his ass and put him back to his place, man.
Now, that's really interesting to me. I'm excited because now you're saying there's an offer being made. Can we get maybe a little tease to when we could possibly expect you to step into that ring with DEEN the Great?
I'm hoping in the next 2-3 months. In the next 2-3 months, most likely, maybe end of August, maybe September. Who knows? I don't call the shots. Definitely Mams. He will let me know, and once I know, I will definitely get back to you. But I've been waiting for this, man. This dude, he's honestly a coward, man. He disrespects even like real professionals, like Shakur Stevenson, Tank Davis, who just fought, like even Ryan Garcia. Like, he disrespects the real pros who, like, who done this all their life. We're influencers at the end of the day, and we're doing this boxing, like, we're doing professional boxing for real. But like, I don't want to expose anything that I heard behind the scenes, but I've been told he was like offered to fight a real pro, and he said no. Like, he's like, I don't want to fight a real pro. I don't want to fight. He wants to fight me. So to me, I'm doing him a favor. He looks at me like I'm nobody, but he's gonna realize once we're in the ring. He's gonna realize he made a big mistake.
Do you know which pro he was offered to fight, or who the opponent was potentially supposed to be?
Man, should I just say it?
I bet you should.
I feel like you could.
Yeah, I mean, have you heard of Carmel Moten?
Yes, Carmel Moten.
Yeah.
He's an absolute superstar coming up in the Mayweather gym.
Yeah, so DEEN has been talking shit about him, like he's tough, like, from where I'm from in Harlem, like, when you talk shit about somebody, you gotta fight. You can't be talking shit and like violating them, like literally disrespecting them. But now when you get a fight offer, you're shitting your pants. Like, he got scared of him. He didn't want to fight him at all. He's like, shitting, fucking started shaking. No, I want to fight Adam. I want to fight Adam. He thinks I'm like some dummy to fight, bro. He's choosing the wrong person to fight, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
I want to ask you this because, again, there's so much hostility there, and this fight's been built up for a very long time. But on a technical note, where is DEEN the Great weak? From your point of view, when you watch his fights, what are the holes that you think you can exploit?
He got a lot of weaknesses to me. To me, he just tries to look pretty. He just tries to look, like, look cool, look pretty like that. That's why a lot of people put him over, like, they put him over Slim on the top 5 rankings. Even though I think Slim is, if not 1, he's 2. They try to put DEEN like over Slim. DEEN just looks pretty. Other than that, he got no chin. Once I touch a chin, and once he feels my power on him, he's not gonna want no smoke. So other than that, he is my dance partner though. I feel like we are a big fight, and he is my dance partner, and I can't wait to dance with him.
Well, that dance, I think, was maybe on a platform of Neon's live stream. Is there any truth behind that rumor? Kind of feels like you guys are being shopped around between different streamers on who gets to platform Adam Saleh versus DEEN the Great.
Well, it's gonna be Misfits that's gonna platform it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be huge, and it's gonna be amazing. And I've been wanting to fight at Misfits for a very long time. It's just DEEN was just a nobody, before Misfits, and he had to work himself up, so Misfits pretty much made him. pretty much made him. That's why I call him Dean the Snake. You know, people that made you and then you try to snake them. It's kind of fucked up, man. You know, but yeah, it's definitely gonna happen on Misfits. He's Neon and Aiden Ross and nothing like they don't do it like Misfits. They have the zone backing them and they do it professionally. And all these other streaming platforms, they just want to talk about it and hype it up, which it is going to be very hype and it's going to live to the hype. So at the end of the day, the fans are going to win in this one when it does happen.
Now, switching gears a little bit away from DEEN, the Misfits lightweight tournament is currently ongoing for that interim strap. What are your thoughts on it so far? I feel like it's had some very high-level boxing in Misfits.
I think it's amazing. I think it's really, really cool. Also, that's another thing that DEEN was afraid of. He didn't want to fight the tournament winner. He was making excuses. There was a lot of interviews. If you see him, he's like, there's a lot of pros, man. There's pros who couldn't make it, and now there's pros in the tournaments. But it's like, in my head, like, man, like, you're calling out all these pros, DEEN. What the fuck? Like, you're calling out all these freaking pros. But when it comes to reality and you got to, like, square up with a pro, you don't want to square up with a pro. I think it's amazing. I think DEEN should be grateful. You know, they did this lightweight tournament. I'm guessing for him. I think, like, whoever wins fights DEEN or something. I think it's amazing. It adds a lot of other fighters in our weight class. That's a really good weight class. You know, that's like Tank Davis, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. Those are the electrifying weight class. So we got to make sure it's also electrifying in the influencer world.
Who do you think is going to win that interim lightweight tournament? If you had to pick a winner right now,
I mean, it's really hard to choose because I never seen some of them fight. Like I haven't seen Ace Musa fight. He looks like he can be a great fighter. I think maybe Yeti Yang. I don't know. It's gonna be hard. It's hard to tell. You never know. It's hard to tell.
I want to switch things back to something you said earlier, because obviously you've been spending time with Slim, with Neon, etc. And a big name that's been rumored to be on Misfits is Neon. So could I get an exclusive to potentially see Neon make the Misfits debut?
Yeah, he spoke about it. He said he's gonna be boxing really, really soon, probably on the same card as Slim and KSI. I don't want to announce his opponent. I do know who it is, but it's very, very huge. Like it's something where it's like, what the heck? Like this is only Neon could pull it off. But I just wish nothing but the best for Neon because he takes everything as a joke and he just needs to like get trained because the person he's fighting is actually, he seems like he's about it. He's about it.
Is the person Neon's fighting, have they fought before? Or is this their debut as well?
This is their debut also as well, but in the streets, like they're very like they get down in the streets. You know?
They got that dog in them. All right.
Yeah. Neon is always, he's crazy, man. He got us almost in a lot of trouble. He's always around these crazy like like rappers and like people who are like in gangs and stuff, and then you just see Neon over there. He kind of looks out of place, but he's definitely, he got a lot of confidence though. And if Neon trains a lot with Slim, because Slim is trying to like push him to train, but he seems like he doesn't want to train. But if he trains with Slim and gets on training, he would do really good. He would do really good.
Do you think this is a good fight for Neon? Do you think it's a fair matchup?
I think it'll be a good fight. Yeah, they seem like they're around the same weight. He gained weight, and no, that'll be a good fight. This is both their debut fights, and it's gonna be huge. It'll definitely shock everybody.
I want to take one more question on the lightweight division. He's not in the tournament, but he is making a lot of waves. It's Fox the G. He's had a lot of call-outs. He's said a lot of things. In fact, I think he made a music video. What do you make about Fox the G?
He don't want to be in a lightweight tournament. Can I curse? He's a pussy, bro. Yeah. Fox the G's a pussy. He's not a G. He's a pussy, man. There's even tweets of him when I had my last fight. He was like, I want to fight the winner of Adam and versus Evil Hero, but only if Adam loses. So he doesn't want to fight me. He wants to fight Evil Hero, and which he ended up fighting Evil Hero. And then he's just scared. He's scared to fight me, man. He talks all this shit about me. I remember the Prime card. I got an offer to fight him in the Prime card. I was ready to do it. You know, I started training, and then they get back to me, and Mams was just like, "Yo, he's not ready." They said he's not ready. Honestly, he's just a pussy, man. When I see him face to face, he's all up in my face, you know, trying to like, "Hey, Adam, can we film this video together? Like, you just come up to me and tap me and say it." And I'm like, now, like, he's uploading, like, recently he uploaded something about me, like, where I was underage. I was like 16 years old. I was literally like in the shower, taking a shower. It was like something where I've already spoken about in my podcast, like what I was going through in my life. And the fact that he showed that is really disrespectful. Like you could keep it boxing, you could keep everything, but when you're showing stuff like of me when I was underage, half naked, it's just really weird. And now when I see him, it's gonna be on site. I'm gonna slap the fuck out of him when I see him. I don't play that shit. And when I beat the shit out of DEEN, I want him next because he swears he's somebody, but I just don't want to scare him, man. So let me not scare Fox G. He's already scared enough. I already spoke to Mams. I wanted him first actually, but Mams was like, first. So what the boss says. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Talking about a guy you've mentioned, Slim. He gets the big fight, but it's the 2-versus-1 against KSI. What are your thoughts on that upcoming matchup and the stipulation?
Yo, KSI he's crazy, man. Like, I think he's a little not right in the head. I mean, Slim also, he's not right in the head also. Slim is not right in the head also, but I don't think he can take Slim like even 1v1. Slim is like a different breed. He got a different power, different heart. So I don't know what he's trying to like. I guess he wants himself to seem like he's like a god, like I'm gonna take two people. But that's why you need to humble yourself a little bit and realize like sometimes like, yo, like you're not bigger than God. You know what I'm saying? KSI, like you need to just stick to fighting Slim one-on-one. If you can't take Slim one-on-one, what makes you think you can take another person? I feel like he's putting himself in a really bad situation, and it's gonna end up ruining his opportunity fight with Jake Paul, because Slim is an actual problem. Like when I say Slim is not right in the head, like Slim is actually like not right in the head, like talking like boxing wise. This dude, he's like a Tyson Fury where he would literally like, I don't know, bite KSI's ear or something. Like, like Slim is actually crazy. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It seems interesting. Slim is not a team player. I played literally FIFA with him the other day, 2-on-2, and I was on his team. He started like cursing me out and shit. Like he's not a team player. Like he's not gonna tag. He's not gonna tag Anthony Taylor. He's not gonna tag no one. Then he's gonna be on his own. So it is what it is.
I'm sure AT is going to make a very pretty cheerleader in the corner. However, on the topic of KSI, I've seen in the past that you've had some ongoing beef with him. Is that beef still there? Obviously, you now transitioning into Misfits Boxing.
Honestly, when it comes to like boxing beef, it's all love. Like outside of boxing, it's all love. Like when I do see him and he sees me and I see him, like we always like say what's up, like nod our heads, like what's up. There's a sign of respect there. But when it comes to boxing, obviously that's when it comes like you become a different person, man. Like, so I understand like why he wants to seem like a god and fight, but like sometimes he needs to realize like, yo, chill, like take a step back, because fighting two people at once, realistically, is going to be very, very tough.
On the topic of that beef, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, there was many a times where you were discussing about possibly sparring and he was going to fly you out, but it never really happened. So could you give me a bit of a background of what happened regarding that?
So I was supposed to spar him, I believe like 2-3 years ago. And it would have been amazing. As you know, look my weight class. I'm 130. I'm 135. He's 200 pounds. He didn't want to be embarrassed by someone like lighter than him, like sparring him. He would have got pieced up. He didn't want me to film it when like usually like it's just like if he's really confident, let's film the sparring. He didn't want me to allow to bring anybody to the gym. Like it just sounded like a shady setup for me. He was just like, yo, come to London. You can't bring nobody. You can't bring no camera. I'm like, yo, like. Is this the part where I'm going to get kidnapped or something like that? I don't know.
Now, with that fight, do you think that you'll be in Dublin for it on August 31st? Will we see you at KSI versus Slim and AT?
100%. Who knows? Maybe I'd be on that card. Who knows?
Oh, okay. Little tease, little sprinkle there. All right.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, we've gotten some exclusives in the sense of you saying 80% of your fight is done and booked. We could see on August 31st. Neon looks like he is going to be making the debut sooner than people think. Any other nuggets that you would love to drop for the Misfits fans here on the Misfits channel?
Nothing. Just expect the unexpected. Misfits is always full of surprises, and just expect the unexpected. It's coming. Just be patient.
Ben, he really gave us all the exclusives. I can't even put it into words how many he gave us there, but the two that stood out to me. DEEN the Great Fight potentially happening on August 31st, and Neon also potentially being on that card. So what a card this is shaping out to me. But there's a question I have for you. DEEN and Adam Saleh, if they fight, what on earth is the repercussions of this fight?
There could be a lot of fallout. We're running this interim lightweight tournament, and we've got some fantastic entrants. It's produced some of the best fights in Misfits history, I would say. So let's say Adam goes in there and just wipes DEEN away. I think it does throw a huge wrench at Misfits and the tournament that is going on. The question in my mind is like, well, why did we do an interim lightweight tournament if the champ is okay? It just causes so many questions, and I don't know. I mean, it's a fight that I want to see. DEEN versus Adam. It's been built up. It's a very, very hyped lightweight fight. I just feel bad potentially for what could occur to some of those guys in the lightweight tournament, because again, like I said, they've been the entertainment for some of these last Misfits cards.
I want to shift gears to something more positive, that Neon fight. Now that got me excited because it's a challenging one, apparently so. Yeah. And it's a big one. It's a streamer again on the the KSI fight night. So the last time we saw Streamer, we saw what happened then. Misfits 13. It was an absolute mess. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen August 31st in Ireland.
You call it good news. I'm apathetic towards it. I'm on the fence of Neon fighting again. And sort of what Adam mentioned, the kid doesn't train. He's not taking it seriously. All of these spars that I've seen from him have been incredibly low level. It's Mams a couple weeks ago saying, if you're not going to take this seriously, you're not going to be platformed on Misfits. Are we bending the rules for a guy in Neon who, again, it's going to bring a lot of clips and it's going to bring a lot of attention. But like you said, Misfits 13, one of the lowest level fights was the streamer one. And that's just a question for what do we want to be known for as brand, you know? Like, yes, it's influencer fighting and we're not here to put on top rank Matchroom Queensberry type, you know, opponents and skill levels, but I want people that take it seriously. And honestly, I think that is that's bad for him. He could go in there and get seriously injured. You don't play fighting. You know, these 10-ounce gloves are small. Trust me, I fucking know. So for Neon, it's like, if you want to come play ball, at least have the right equipment. At least have the right approach and game plan. And if there's confirmation of that, I got no complaint. Come on in. If I can see that he's taking it seriously, then I won't complain, and I want him to do his best and show up and show out. But everything that I've seen shows me that this kid's going to get fucking sparked out, and it's going to be just dumb as fuck. Either way, we've been on an absolute roll. Thank you guys all for the support. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe down below. As always, Tuesday, Thursday, we'll see you there. I've been Ben the Bane Davis for BL. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.